Below the streets of Toronto is a labyrinth of pedestrian walkways and subway tracks. It's one of the busiest subway networks in the world, with over 1 million riders daily. Currently, there are 70 subway stations, featuring unique art, design, and architecture. These subterranean cathedrals are dynamic and colorful. Some are new and beautiful, while others are retro and nostalgic. It's a world usually navigated by distracted commuters and walked over by unsuspecting visitors. But in this video, I'm exploring a section of the subway network that I've never been to before, and it's a lot more interesting than I could have imagined. If you have any interesting stories, facts, or tips about Toronto's subway stations, leave a comment below. Opened in December of 2017, the Vaughan Metropolitan station is part of the Toronto York Spadina subway extension. It's one of 2 stations actually located outside the city. It's located in what is evolving into downtown Vaughan. I guess it's like a master planned community. This area used to be a small village called Egley, but any semblance of that is long gone. This location is an intermodal station, meaning it connects to other transit agencies outside of the TTC. For now, this is the very end of Line 1. It seems sparse here now, but that could be partly because of the fog. The station has several entrances depending on how you arrive, but they all feature beautiful domed concourses at street level. You can reach the subway platforms from any of the domed structures, which saves you from having to cross any busy roads. But the central entrance, located right above the subway platforms, is a showstopper. The station was designed by Grimshaw Architects based in London, England. They've also designed projects such as Terminal 1 at London's Heathrow Airport and Tomorrowland at Shanghai Disney. The ceilings feature a glass and mirror art installation by Canadian architect and artist Paul Raff. Moving down to the lower concourse, you'll find a small cafe and the corridors connecting to the other bus terminals. I was blown away once again by the scale and design. It felt more like an airport terminal than a subway station. A project of this scale clearly shows the expectations of Vaughan's future downtown growth. And according to the architects, the lower concourse level was built with knockout walls to easily expand and connect to future buildings nearby. With today's urban challenges like highway congestion and pollution, encouraging people to take public transit has never been more important. And projects like this are definitely the encouragement we need. Down another level is the subway platforms. The crowds are thin right now, but it seems like they're expecting a lot more riders in the near future.
Doors will open on the left.
This is the only other station located outside the city limits. There's literally nothing to do around this station from what I can tell. And from what I read, this station actually got a lot of criticism for being overbuilt, resulting in unnecessary spending. It's basically like 407 carpool parking lot with an architectural subway station. It was designed and built by a few different cooperating firms, but notably ADIS, I think that's how you pronounce it, was the design architects, who are a prominent firm based mostly in Hong Kong. They've built some major projects there, including the Venetian in Macau. This station serves as an intermodal station as well, and has a lot of buses arriving and departing from here. Construction of Toronto's subway system began in September of 1949. It would be Canada's first subway. Toronto's original subway line ran from Union Station to Eglinton and officially opened in 1954. It featured 12 stations.
Next station, Pioneer Village. Pioneer Village Station.
An interesting point about these stations is just how different they are from each other, even on the platforms. That difference is less noticeable with the older stations, but these new ones clearly make a point to be different. One of the first things you'll notice is this massive art installation that runs the length of the platform and then curves upward with the escalators. I was speaking with a TTC employee at one point on this trip, and she told me that this installation was supposed to be interactive, where you could write anything you wanted on some nearby screen, and then it would appear on the installation. Unfortunately, people started writing inappropriate things immediately, and they had to turn it off. The station is pretty large, and from what I can see on the map, it's an intermodal station as well. I think they did an awesome job designing this station, although I can't quite figure out what they were going for. Maybe just something interesting and architecturally beautiful. It certainly makes the transit commute more interesting. I like it, I think it's cool. This station is named after the village at Black Creek, which is a living history museum. It's a 10-minute walk away. For those traveling alone, make note of the DWA sections on the platform. These areas have more lighting and cameras for added security. This next stop brings us back to that severe concrete modern look. Again, I like this. I kind of like them all. Of course, this station serves York University, and it's the busiest station along the Spadina extension. It's hard to tell from the ground, but the station is shaped like a boomerang. It's totally subterranean, but the architects designed the station to get lots of natural light by digging away the earth and using these massive glass walls. I was asked not to film by a TTC employee here, which I found weird because I have literally never been asked not to film before. It was only here, so I don't have a ton of good footage. Besides York University, there's a mall here called York Lanes. I found a decent Indian place called Chaska Indian Street Food. The buttered chicken was pretty good, and they had amazing french fries. Keep an eye out for these plan your trip signs. It'll show you all the services and points of interest within a 5-minute walk. Finch West Station also lacks interesting things to do, as it's mostly industrial around here. There's a bus terminal connecting to this station that looks similar to this, and it's just to the north. We might think of traffic congestion as a modern day problem, but in fact it's been a problem in this city for decades. The development of Toronto's subway system was actually the result of traffic congestion along Yonge Street. As far back as the 1930s and 40s, Toronto was dealing with traffic issues, and a subway system was seen as the solution. The network has expanded a lot since the original stations were designed and built. I doubt any of those involved in building the original line could have imagined the designs of today's stations. This station is located right at the north quarter of Downsview Park. It's a subway station and GO transit station. We're still on the Toronto-York Spadina subway extension, by the way. All the stations we've visited so far are part of the extension, which opened in December of 2017. Just a reminder. Downsview Park is just a short walk from this station. I've never been here, so I'm totally unfamiliar with the area, and because of the snow, I can't really make out what's park and what's just a field or old airstrip. Before it became a national urban park, Downsview was actually home to airplane manufacturers, hangars, an airport, and a Canadian Forces base. Today, part of the land here has been dubbed the YZD district, and it's scheduled for residential and commercial development. There's a lot of history here at Downsview, which it was originally named because of the view down to Lake Ontario. The name came from the original farm that existed here. In 1929, Downsview Airfield was opened, also known as de Havilland Airfield, after the name of the aerospace company that first used it. The airfield was expanded during World War II and eventually became known as CFB Toronto, or Canadian Forces Base Toronto Downsview, until it closed in the 90s or early 2000s. Bombardier was the last aircraft company to work out of the airfield and hangars. Today it's slated for about 7 new neighborhoods over the next 30 years. Downsview Park is the last station of the Toronto-York Spadina subway extension. From here, the stations are going to get older, but probably offer more in the way of character and retro charm. This might be my favorite station so far. I love the dark Art Deco design. It reminds me of the set design from the 1989 Batman with Michael Keaton. From the platforms, passengers move up a flight of stairs to a walkway which crosses over the tracks. From here you move along the corridors until you reach a set of escalators leading to a mid-level concourse. This underground level connects passengers to the subway main entrance as well as the bus terminals. Up another very large escalator and you're at ground level. The station is so fascinating to me, and I'm not totally sure how to articulate the experience. I really like how each level sort of reveals itself and gets wider and more open the higher you get. At the platform level, it feels like the Batcave. But as you ascend the different levels, it starts to open and get brighter. The station had some real character and drama to it. It feels like you're walking through a movie set. This station was built in 1996 as a one-station extension. According to the Rogers Stadium website, it suggests getting off at Downsview Station, even though Sheppard West looks closer on a map. I think it's because Downsview is closer to the gates. We're still on line 1, but the stations are getting older as we move closer to downtown Toronto. The stations are really going to start looking retro from here on out. Back in 1978, when this station opened, it was at the frontier of the subway line, like Vaughan Metropolitan is today.
506 Royal York, 506 Royal York, please call control.
And this station feels very much right out of the 70s. Some of the stations from that time were built in the median of the roads. It's an interesting concept, but I don't really know why they built them like this. Is there a strategy to building it like this, or was it to save space? The area around the station is built out with residential neighborhood, a super plaza, I guess, with a Costco and restaurants, and there's a newer condominium neighborhood a short walk from the station. Unlike the other stations we've been to, this style of subway station has the platforms at surface level, and the concourse connecting to the platforms, buses, and exits are below, and sometimes right back up to the surface, but not always. Navigating this station is starting to feel familiar, aka a little confusing. There's a little bakery down here too, serving sweet and savory pastries and coffee. I ordered a coffee and it was pretty good. This station opened in 1978, just like Wilson Station, and it too is located in the median of Allen Road. Wilson was designed by an in-house team at TTC, but this one got special treatment. It was designed by famed architect Arthur Erickson, who is also responsible for Roy Thomson Hall, among other very prominent projects across Canada. Yorkdale Station features a 500-foot-long central platform covered by a 600-foot semicircular skylight. I think I got here at the perfect time of day. It's nearly dark and the early evening blue hue was contrasting beautifully with the yellow interior lights. The station won the Governor General's Award for Architecture in 1982. Even compared to the newest architectural stations we've visited so far, this one stands out for me. It feels retro in some ways, like the stainless steel paneling, but the domed ceiling feels pretty timeless and unique. The contrast between the TTC in-house designed Wilson Station versus Yorkdale, which was designed by one of Canada's greatest architects, really shows how important good architecture is to the beautification of the city. Another unique element of this station is that it's located entirely above ground, and the architecture and design continues with a really cool pedestrian walkway over the streets below, connecting to Yorkdale Shopping Mall. I don't know how to explain it, but there's just something so fun and interesting about subway stations, and Toronto has some good ones. I'm Mark, and I make videos about places and experiences here in Canada. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. If you're interested in getting involved with the locations and experiences that I cover on this channel, consider a channel membership. Hit the join button to learn more. Thanks for watching. See ya.